In my teens, I wasn't just suffering with a severe anxiety and panic attack disorder, but I used to be terrified of spiders, like seriously terrified. Like even just seeing a little thing would send me spiraling into primal panic. However, luckily I overcame this completely during a personal development training course where I ended up holding a tarantula without fear.
That was over 20 years ago, and the fear had gone for good, so I thought. Until during lockdown, my wife asked me to sort out the shed. Of course, I immediately hopped to it. Honestly, there was absolutely no week in, week out having to be nagged repeatedly by my wife before I did it. However, sorting out the shed requires picking up old bathroom tiles and things like that. And as I reached down at one point and got my fingers underneath a big slab of old tiles, the biggest, hairiest beast suddenly appeared. That's the spider, by the way, not my wife. And scuttled over my hand. My heart raced, I yelped, it fell to the floor, and I spiraled into panic-racing thoughts. My phobia is back. What if it's worse this time? What will people think of me as an anxiety specialist? And of course, people say to me when they see my website and videos, "Okay, so you're an anxiety specialist who claims they were an ex-anxiety sufferer. Did you really break free from anxiety? I mean, can you really be an ex-anxiety sufferer?" And they question me with things like, "What? So you don't get anxious at all?" During this video, I respond to this. And if you're struggling with anxiety, then understanding what I mean by breaking free from anxiety and being an ex-anxiety sufferer will likely help you too.
By the way, my name's Howard Cooper. I've now spent over 20 years helping people break free from anxiety, and this channel is all about sharing all the anxiety-beating tips, tools and secrets that I've built up over this time. I'm on a mission to prevent all people from suffering unnecessarily with anxiety, and I need your help. Subscribing, sharing and liking my videos will help YouTube know that these are messages worth spreading more widely, which will help get the message out. So go ahead, click that subscribe, click that like, and let's move on.
Okay, so where were we? Ah yes, the spider dropped to the floor. I was having all these racing thoughts, but then suddenly I realised all these thoughts were just thoughts. I wasn't experiencing my phobia or spider anxiety returning, I was experiencing some inner dialogue in that moment. What if it has come back? And these were just some words in my mind. So why did I freak out? Why was my heart racing?
Simple. I got a shock. I got a surprise. That's all.
The issue was not getting the shock and having a normal startled response to it. The issue would have really been getting so absorbed into the story attached to that normal response. After I realised this, my heart slowed down and me and my kids found the spider and watched it with interest. In fact, we called him Sergeant Bartholomew Montgomery III. Don't ask me why.
Now, a little later that day, something happened that really helped me understand this and understand it in a way that stayed with me. My kids played a trick on me. They hid behind my office door, and when I walked in, they leapt out at me. Boo! And because I didn't realise they were there, I jumped. I got a shock. My heart started pounding. But notice, I didn't start telling myself I was now phobic of my children. I had a normal response to the situation, and then I moved on.
Again, that's the difference. It's not the physical response or the normal sensation of anxiety that's the issue. The thing that causes suffering is getting too caught up in the story you attach to anxiety. Getting absorbed in the story of, oh God, now I suffer with anxiety. What if it doesn't go away? How will I cope in the future? What does this mean for me and my future? Etc. Causes more anxiety, and then likely you get more triggered by any normal anxious response. This becomes the anxiety loop. Oh, by the way, I have a video on how to break the anxiety loop on this channel, so you can hop over and watch that one straight after this one. So the answer to my question is, did I really break free from anxiety?
Well, of course I still get anxious, stressed and worried from time to time, but in the main, I bill myself as an ex-anxiety sufferer because I've broken away from the suffering attached to anxiety. I mean, are we really saying that when you've broken free from suffering with anxiety, you'll never get anxious again?
Can you imagine my father rings me up out the blue with panic in his voice and says, "Don't panic. Your mum's been carted off to hospital in an ambulance." Are you really telling me that because I say I'm an ex-anxiety sufferer, I should now react with, "Oh, that's wonderful news. I feel so calm and zen right now"? Of course not. And by the way, this did happen a few years ago. And of course I had a normal reaction to that news. Some concern, anxiety and worry, and at the same time an awareness that the worst case scenarios I jumped to were just thoughts. And so instead of anxiety building, I regained clarity of thought and asked what's happened. and stay present to what was actually going on and dismiss my story of what ifs as just thinking in that moment.
Remember, the secret to really breaking free from anxiety is not to stop yourself having any negative thoughts or catastrophic thinking, but instead to allow yourself to have a normal relationship with these thoughts and to know when you are just thinking. In other words, breaking free from anxiety is about breaking free from the story you attach to normal human responses, not necessarily to rid yourself of normal human responses.
As always, if this has been helpful, then remember to share your comments, drop me a like, and click that subscribe button for more anxiety beating tips and psychological hacks that can help you truly break free from anxiety. Now, I also do work with people one-on-one, and so if you would like any more tailored anxiety help or support, then feel free to reach out to me via my website, links below, and we can explore this further.